He was an old man who fished alone in a small skiff on the Gulf Stream. For 84 days he had gone without catching a fish. His skin was weathered like dried leather, and deep creases marked his neck and hands, proof of a life spent beneath the merciless sun and salt wind. His name was Santiago. The people of the village called him Saleo, the worst form of unlucky. But to the boy Manolin, who once fished with him, he was more than that. He was a teacher, a legend in silence. Each morning, Santiago rose before dawn. He drank his coffee slowly, his thoughts drifting like tides. His skiff creaked as he pushed it into the dark water. The boy helped when he could, though his parents had forbidden him to fish with the old man now. Yet every evening, Manolin brought him food, and the two would talk of baseball, especially of Joe DiMaggio, Santiago's hero, whose bone spurs did not stop him from greatness. "Tomorrow will be a lucky day," said the boy one night. The old man smiled, the corners of his eyes crinkling. For 2 days and nights, the old man and the marlin were locked in their silent duel. The sun blazed, the sea shimmered, and Santiago's body trembled from exhaustion. His hands bled where the line had cut deep. His lips cracked with thirst. Yet he spoke softly to the fish as though to a friend. "You are strong, fish," he whispered. "But I will stay with you until I am dead." At night, the stars came, cold and bright, scattered across the black water. The marlin swam steadily, towing the boat as if testing the old man's soul. Santiago admired him more with each hour. He saw in the creature his own reflection, proud, alone, unbroken. A man is not made for defeat, he told himself. A man can be destroyed but not defeated. On the third day, the marlin rose from the depths. Its body burst through the surface, silver and blue, long as a sailboat, with a sword that flashed in the sunlight. Santiago gasped. "Yes," he said. 85 is a good number. Before sunrise, Santiago rowed alone into the vast, trembling sea. The wind was soft, the smell of salt filled his lungs. Flying fish leapt silver in the dawn, and the line hummed against his calloused palms. Far beyond the other boats, where the sea turned deep blue and the world seemed empty, Santiago felt the tug, a strong, deliberate pull. He braced himself, his heartbeat calm. "Come on, fish," he murmured. "Eat it properly." Then the line tightened, hard and heavy, and began to move. The marlin had taken the bait. It was not a fish, it was a force. The line sliced through the water, drawing the skiff behind it. Santiago's arms burned, his back stiffened, and yet a strange joy filled him. The fish was magnificent, unseen but mighty, pulling him farther into the endless horizon. "He is 2 feet longer than my boat," Santiago thought, smiling through his pain. "He is my brother, and I will show him what a man can do." For 2 days and nights, the old man and the marlin were locked in their silent duel. The sun blazed, the sea shimmered, and Santiago's body trembled from exhaustion. His hands bled where the line had cut deep. His lips cracked with thirst. Yet he spoke softly to the fish as though to a friend. "You are strong, fish," he whispered. "But I will stay with you until I am dead." At night, the stars came, cold and bright, scattered across the black water. The marlin swam steadily, towing the boat as if testing the old man's soul. Santiago admired him more with each hour. He saw in the creature his own reflection, proud, alone, unbroken. A man is not made for defeat, he told himself. A man can be destroyed but not defeated. On the third day, the marlin rose from the depths. Its body burst through the surface, silver and blue, long as a sailboat, with a sword that flashed in the sunlight. Santiago gasped. The fish circled the boat, gathering strength for one final struggle. "Now," whispered the old man, and he drove the harpoon with all the life left in him. The blade struck true. The marlin shuddered, splashing crimson into the sea, and then it fell still beside the boat, a giant, silent monument to the battle. Santiago's eyes filled with tears, not triumph. "I am sorry, my brother," he said softly. "You are magnificent." He lashed the great fish to the side of the skiff and turned toward home. The current was against him, the sea rough. But he smiled weakly. The marlin was his proof, his redemption after so many empty days. By afternoon, the first shark appeared, a gray shadow under the waves. It rose swiftly, biting into the marlin's flesh. Santiago struck it with his harpoon, killing it, but the weapon broke and sank with the shark. More came, drawn by the scent of blood. He fought them with the oar, with a knife tied to the tiller, with everything his hands could hold. Each time he killed one, two more came. They tore the marlin piece by piece, leaving red foam on the water. "They have beaten me," he whispered. "But they have not defeated me." When night fell again, the old man rode on. The moonlight showed the skeleton of the marlin, its great spine and tail glimmering white against the dark sea. Santiago's body ached beyond pain. His palms were torn, his back felt broken. Yet he looked at the ruined fish beside him with quiet pride. "You were worth everything," he said. "Sleep well, my friend." At dawn, the village children found his skiff drawn up on the sand. The old man lay inside, asleep, face down, the line marks still cut deep into his hands. Beside the boat stretched the skeleton of the marlin, 18 feet long, gleaming like a pale ghost. The fisherman gathered, whispering. He caught it far out there. The biggest ever seen. But no one woke Santiago. He was dreaming again, of lions on the beaches of Africa, golden and free, as he had seen them in his youth when he was a sailor. Later that day, Manolin came. He wept quietly at the sight of the old man's wounds, then fetched coffee and sat beside him. "They beat you," the boy said softly. "No," Santiago murmured, his eyes still closed. "It was a good fight." The boy took his hand. "We'll fish together again." Santiago smiled faintly. "Yes, with luck." The sea outside shimmered under the morning light, eternal and indifferent. The marlin's skeleton swayed gently with the tide, a white line against the blue, the sign of a man's pride, his suffering, and his love for the thing he fought. Days later, the villagers still spoke of the giant fish. Tourists took pictures, not knowing what they saw. Only Manolin understood that it was not the fish that mattered but the struggle, the quiet, sacred fight between man and nature, pride and humility, courage and defeat. The old man had gone far out to test the limits of his strength, and in losing, he had won. Because the sea, vast and eternal, does not reward victory, it honors endurance. And Santiago, though broken, had proven the truth of his own heart. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. The old man and the sea is more than a tale of fishing, it is the song of a human soul fighting against time, fate, and the vast silence of the world. Santiago's battle is every man's battle, and his courage shines as a light on the dark waters of life. He went far out, beyond all people. And there he found himself.